I've done some buffets in my time on this channel. I went to one in Oxford, it was just £11. I went to one in Weymouth, that was about £12 if I remember rightly. I did an Indian veg one in London, it was less than a tenner. Today, it's a little bit different though. I have come down to southwest France, not too far away from the Mediterranean, and I'm in the town of Narbonne. Now, if you're a long-term viewer of the channel, you might remember I've actually been to Narbonne once before, and I had a great steak and chips inside the Les Halles market. Since then, I have found out about the world's best buffet being in this town now. How did I not know that first time round? Do your research, Greeno. So, I've come over here to try this. Les Grands Buffets. It's kind of a tribute to Escoffier, the legendary French chef and saucier. Lots of things in there that are basically directly out of his 200-plus-year-old cookbooks. Really looking forward to trying some of those. This is a place you need a strategy of. There's a lot of stuff going on. They've got the biggest selection of cheeses in the whole world in any restaurant. I love my cheese. So that's going to be something I feature reasonably heavily, I think. But there's loads of shellfish, there's lobster, caviar, all this stuff is available and it's all you can eat. I really am looking forward to this. Let's get inside what appears to be a leisure centre. Bit of a strange venue for it, but let's see what it's all about, shall we? Come on, folks. So I've come in the building now, and basically what's happened is I went up to the sort of check-in area. They told me to come downstairs in this leisure centre kind of thing, and there's a private bar where you can wait until your actual time to go in. So you come down here, it's just behind me there, there's a bit of a queue to get in, and they're going to give me a little ticket which basically says the time that I'm supposed to go back upstairs to the buffet, and they'll let me in again. Bit of a mad system, but kind of building a sense of anticipation if nothing else. I'm hungry and I don't really want to wait. Come on, let me in. Finally, I'm in and I'm seated in one of the most glorious looking dining rooms I've ever been in. This place is spectacular. The outside, you're thinking leisure centre cafe. Inside, this is grand, isn't it? I've got a beautiful chandelier over there. Just over my shoulder here, you can maybe see there's a piece by Anne Carrington. Now, apparently this is one of only two in the world. The other one sits in the British Museum in London. Posh. Posh. What I also like is the fact that the champagne here is not expensive. It's less than €8 a glass. Can you imagine that back in the UK? You can't get a glass of cheap house wine for much less than that, can you? So, I'm have a little glass of champagne with my lunch. You're going to come somewhere like this, you've got to treat yourself, haven't you? Now, I've had a little wander around the buffet just to familiarise myself with it. There is a map you get given when you come in. I think the best way is just to go and have a little explore, isn't it? So, I'm going to go and get myself a starter plate first. I'm going to break this down into 5 sections, I think, probably. We'll get some starters, there's charcuterie, that kind of stuff. Then there's a seafood area, so we'll get some seafood. Then we'll go for the main courses. Then we're going to go for the cheese. 115 different cheeses, my friends. 115. How many of them do you reckon I can try? I don't think we're going to get into triple figures, are we? And then we've got to leave some space for dessert, haven't we? We've got to activate the pudding stomach a bit later on. Gotta say, I love this room. It's not that busy just yet because I came in right on opening time. But it's going to fill up. It's going to fill up. It's really hard to get a booking here. About a 3-month waiting list, at least. I'm excited. If the French are willing to wait for 3 months to come here, when you think of all the great food and drink there is in France, it's got to be good, hasn't it? That is the first pass of the buffet complete. I've gone for some charcuterie here, some hams. I've got a bit of like a pâté en croûte, some proper pâté with green peppers in there, and a couple of little cornichons to go with it. You know me and cornichons, folks, don't you? So, what is really kind of classy about this place? They've got all those nice legs of ham that they're carving up. In case you forget what you've got, there are little tags that come with it. You pick up one of those tags, you put it underneath the piece of meat. Perfect. You can remember. So the first thing I've got here is the jambon de Bayonne. Bayonne, of course, very, very famous town. So let's see what that's all about. So this is kind of halfway between a regular ham and a really intense one, like a serrano or a prosciutto. Let's see how that comes apart there. The fat is quite tough, actually, to cut. Let's see how it tastes, folks. My first taste of the world's best buffet. And it is a good taste, let me tell you. Well, it has a really intense flavour. Let's say it's softer than you'd find with a prosciutto or something like that. But it is beautiful. It has that same sort of almost intensity of flavour that you would expect from a ham like that. We move on to the next one. Jambon de Pays Ferme de Villemagnol. So this is aged for 6 months. It says on the ticket here. And immediately that's a drier texture. Oh yeah. What's also good on these tickets, it kind of gives you an intensity rating. This is only 6 out of 10. I have got one that's 9 out of 10 here. Can't wait for that. We'll move on to the number 7 out of 10. A Jambon Serrano Reserva. Okay, let's move these tickets off the plate, otherwise I'll end up eating them probably. So here we go. This is quite a thick cut piece actually. Very tasty. Slightly saltier than the other two, but I really like that. Great texture to it. Wow. Bit of a cornichon. Cleanse the palate before we move on to the really strong one. This is a Jambon Serrano Duroc. Don't know what that means. Never had it before. We're going to try it now though, aren't we? Wow. This one has a bit more fat running through the flesh, and that's what's giving it that intensity of the flavour. That is cracking. There are probably 10 different hams there. I just picked 4. You can have as many as you like, as often as you like. What is not to like about that? Okay, I'm going to move on to this pâté en croûte. Now I think it's a chicken one, rather than pork. And I picked this because it said that it had a tarragon flavour to it, and I love chicken and tarragon together. So it's kind of like a really posh pork pie, except with chicken and tarragon. That is beautiful. It's a very similar pastry to what you'd find on a pork pie itself. And you have the jelly inside. But that chicken is really moist. The tarragon flavour is very, very gentle. It doesn't overtake the flavour of the chicken. That is good. And what else they put on the table for you is some bread. Now, of course, you don't want to be filling up on bread, but who doesn't love French bread? So we're going to have a little bit, but we've got to leave room for the good stuff, okay? The reason I want to have a little bit of this bread is to go with my pâté here. This is a pâté with green peppers. Not green peppers, green pepper corn. Again, really nice, dense, thick texture to it. So it's almost not spreadable. It's like a piece of meat. That's really good. Yeah, quite an intense, awfully flavour from that pâté. that you get from really, really good pate. This is great. Okay. Leave me alone to finish this plate off. And then I'm going to go hit the fish and the seafood area. I'll see you in a minute. The fish course is served. And I do have fish cutlery here, which is a nice touch, isn't it? What have I got on my plate? Well, you can see right at the front here, we have got half a lobster. How much would that cost back home? Just for half a lobster. Some nice aioli to go with that as well. I got some peppered mackerel. Now this is something obviously we get at home a lot, and I don't really see it in France very often. But I decided, why not go for it? And I got some anchovies. Anchovies are one of my favourite fishy things. Really intense, punchy flavour. And because I'm a man of a certain, standing class. Who am I kidding? I got some caviar. Why not, eh? If it's there, you got to try it, haven't you? So where are we going to start? You know what, I'm going to start with the mackerel and see how that is compared to the stuff we get back home. It doesn't look as dry as sort of peppered mackerel would be at home. The flesh, yeah, still got a nice kind of moistness to it. But it's not lacking in flavour or intensity at all. Good God, that's good. The pepper is more subtle than I'm used to, but it does work. It does work. It's allowing that really nice smoky flavour of the mackerel to shine through. Oh, I'm eating all of this right now on camera because it's delicious. Oh yeah, that really is lovely. Let's move on to the anchovies, shall we? These shiny, silky little fellas. Oh, perfect. Merci beaucoup.
Magic.
Magic. Excellent. Yes,
Magic.
of course. Whoa. Thank you very much. That's Sebastian, our waiter. He spotted I got the lobster with the lobster claw, so he's now just brought me over something to crack the claw with. A little device. Almost looks like a medical device, this, doesn't it? But it's for getting the meat out. And a little towel as well. Poured the water on there. That's what he was saying was magic. So, we're going to go with a little bit of lemon on the oyster. Oyster? I haven't gone for oysters. They did look good, but there's only so much you can go for on a buffet, isn't there? No matter how good it looks. So, here we are. We'll move the lemon out of the way for now, and come in for some of this lobster. There we go. Look at that. Wow. It's soft, it's sweet, and just delicious. Oh, that is good. Wow. And it's got a little bit more flavour than I'm used to from lobster as well. Sometimes I think lobster's a little bit overrated. It's kind of just like a big prawn. But this actually has got quite a bit of flavour to it. Let's try a little bit of the aioli to go with it. That's nice too. Apparently this is to an escoffier recipe. And it's quite a nice subtle aioli, that one. Sometimes I find them a bit overpowering with garlic. But now, actually one more anchovy, come on. And then we're going to move on to the caviar. So what I've got here, little blini with a lemon cream on the top. And we're going to pile on some caviar. Come on, I said pile on. There we go, folks. Have a little look at that. This is how the other half live, apparently. That works really nicely. Of course, caviar is a really quite a punchy flavour, isn't it? But because you've got the blini, which is quite bland, and the lemon cream, it sort of dulls down the salty element of it, and it just becomes a nice overall flavour and texture combination, to be fair. Most agreeable. It's not something I'm going to get used to having, I don't think. Let's get my napkin down here. I'm getting in a bit of a fishy mess. Luckily, I've got that towel. Okay, I'm going to finish this up, get my claw cracked open, and maybe eat some of that lobster meat with this leftover caviar. How la-di-da. This place has got incredibly busy. There are people absolutely everywhere. Now, I'm looking at the main courses now, and there's a load of them under these like silver domes, all sorts of different things. But there's also live cooking stations and rotisserie and whatever over there as well. So, what am I going to end up getting? Who knows? There's so much choice. Get over here, look. Côte de Boeuf is available. Leg of lamb. Oh, yes. Happy as a pig in. So I've just gone for a very small selection at this point of some of the main dishes. What I want to do is try some of the ones that are already prepared and under those silver domes. And then I'm going to go back and get something with a bit more cooking involved. There's live cooking stations doing all sorts of different things. So what have I got here? Daube de Boeuf, so a lovely rich beef stew. We've got blanquette de veau, which is veal steak here in a mustard sauce. I found some more anchovies, little breadcrumbed ones, look at them. A potato, again, we don't want to be filling up on cheap carbs, do we? And when in France, boing, 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 Kermit. Little frog's legs. So maybe we'll start with that. I'm just going to pull a little bit of meat off of one. Now, people are scared of frog's legs, aren't they? And snails and things like that. Things that are not familiar. But let me tell you, there's not much difference in the flavour or the texture of frog's legs than there is in a chicken wing. There really isn't. Sweet, tasty, pretty juicy, not dried out. Come here, Kermit. This piggy will be furious with me, won't she? But I gotta say, that's really good. A little hint of garlic to it. Back for a little sip of the champagne. And we move on to the next item, which is going to be my anchovies. So obviously I had some Provençal style anchovies with my fish course. These are breaded, kind of like white bait, aren't they? So it's giving it a firmer texture than a regular anchovy would have. Hasn't affected the intensity of the anchovy flavour at all. It gives it a different texture, especially with the sort of crumbing on the outside too. I guess it's little more than just a dusting of flour, to be honest with you. That's very, very tasty. Okay. Am I really coming all the way to Narbonne to review a potato? Seems like I am. It just seems like a smart thing to go with a beef stew, doesn't it? I mean, what can I say? It's a nicely cooked potato. It has butter, parsley, bit of salt on the outside. Very good. I'm going to move on to the veal next. Now again, a bit like frog's legs, veal is something that some people are a little bit squeamish about, and I get that. I do get that. But if I'm in a place like this, it's the kind of thing I want to be trying. In a mustard sauce, again, tender as you like. You barely need to cut it. It just falls apart. Look at that. The mustard sauce isn't very strong with mustard. Again, clever sourcing because it's not overpowering the flavour of that meat. That is good. Last but by no means least on this plate, we have the daube de boeuf, this beef stew. Look at how tender that beef is. Just pulls apart. You've got a rich gravy all over it. Again, this will be another Escoffier-inspired sauce. That is so good. One of the best dishes that I had on the channel probably was a beef and Guinness stew over in Dublin. Really enjoyed that. This is much better. You've got that intensity from what I'm imagining was a pretty good red wine that's been put in here. Pretty much the policy with red wine in sauces should be, if it's not something you wouldn't be happy drinking, don't put it in a sauce. That is rich and intense. It's glossy to look at. It's like Claudia Winkleman's Fringe. This is a really nice little introduction into the main courses that are available here. Right, I'm going to finish this off. Come back here, Kermit. We're going to have another little nibble on you. I'll see you in a minute when I've gone and got one of the, maybe a Côte de Boeuf or something like that. Sorry, Miss Piggy.
Monsieur, bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Oui, et vous?
Ça va bien.
Vous désirez, s'il vous plaît?
Le Côte de Boeuf, s'il vous plaît.
Plaisir, cher monsieur.
Look at this beautiful meat. Lovely and pink in the middle. Just how I like it. And we got a load of sauces here. Pepper sauce, a wine-inspired one, roasting juices, and my favourite down here, the sauce béarnaise. Yum, yum, yum. So look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Now I know some of you out there will say that's not cooked enough for you. This is just the way the French do it, unfortunately for you. If you order something well done, they will look at you like you are an alien. Okay. Going on to the plate there. Ah oui, pomme de terre, s'il vous plaît. Merci. Sauce béarnaise, s'il vous plaît. Okay, formidable. Merci beaucoup. Look at this, guys. Let's get this back to the table and get it eaten. Okay, you saw this being put together. Here it is, the Côte de Boeuf. Now, sometimes I pick up a plate and sort of smell it beforehand. This one, I'm listening to. I think a lot of you are going to say, that is still mooing. Here we go. Beautiful meat here. Now, I haven't got a steak knife, so this will be interesting to see how this cuts. I wonder if I could have got a steak knife from somewhere. I think I might need one. Oh, no, actually. Regular knife. And that cut through very easily. Now, that piece has got the béarnaise on it. I want to try it without the béarnaise first. You know what? Look at that. Hardly any effort needed at all, really, to cut that. Oh, yeah. Greeno is a happy boy. That is beautiful. Ah, now it's a bit harder to cut going across the grain like I am now. So I don't know why I'm doing it, really. Silly boy. But it's just kind of, it is cooked through. I know some of you will say it doesn't look like it, but it is. It's warm in the middle. But it's just lightly cooked through. That has a lovely, deep, rich, beefy flavour. Wow. Okay. The second potato at the world's best buffet that I'm going to review. Just as good as the first one. Okay. Now we're going to go in with the béarnaise sauce. Now this should be rich in tarragon flavour. Come on, baby. Come to Papa. Wave the white flag. I surrender. That's too good. Wow. Béarnaise sauce is generally my steak sauce of choice. I think this is possibly the best one I've ever had. It's intense. It is intense. Beautifully seasoned. Nice little hint of vinegar in there. But the tarragon is the absolute star. Goodness me. I mean, you go to buffets in the UK, and people are a little bit nervous about them a lot of the time, aren't they? Jack of all trades, master of none, stuff sat, not really, you know, refreshed often enough. This is a different level. A completely different level. This is a proper gourmet experience, buffet style. The quality is what sings out here. The quality of this piece of meat. The quality of that sauce. I was going to say the quality of the potato, but it's a potato, you know. But it's still a good one. Yeah, colour me impressed. This is pretty much worth flying over here for on its own. And guess what? Cheese next. It's cheese time, people. The record Guinness de plus grand plateau de fromage au monde. The Guinness World Record for the biggest cheese selection in the world. And it's all the way down there. And then all the way over the other side as well. Good Lord, what am I going to get? Narrowing 115 cheeses down to just 6 is no easy task, let me tell you. I had to leave all the blue ones alone because there were too many hard cheeses that I fancied. And some I've never tried before either. And the great thing here, again, very similar. So with the ham, you've got little cards that tell you the name of the cheese, the intensity of the cheese, and if you're any good at French, on the back, some tasting notes on the cheese. Not bad, huh? So, what are we going to try first? I know what I might save for the end. Look at that. Green cheese for Greeno. They've cleared all my cutlery away apart from a spoon. I can't really use a spoon to eat the cheese, so we're just going to have to go with our hands. Now, where am I going to start? Maybe I'll start here and work my way all the way around till I hit that green one. So, from a section, again, these are all sectioned up into different kind of categories. This is a section of aged cheeses. So this is an old Cantal Vieux. Only a 6 out of 10 intensity expected here, though. Someone banging and crashing around behind me. It's all happening. That's beautiful. It's almost got a crystalline kind of texture to it, where it's been aged for a long time. It almost develops salt crystals inside, doesn't it? Wow, that's good. One of the 2 strongest ones I got next. This is a Mimolette Extra Old, Extra Viel. This is from the Calais region of France, so it's come quite a long way, right from the northeast down to the southwest. Maybe that's why it's so old. It took a long time to get here. Very hard cheese. Again, almost with those salty crystals in. Well, it's definitely a more intense flavour than the Cantal. That is very good. Okay, onto something a little bit softer now. a reblochon. Just 4 out of 10 intensity now. Maybe I should have started with this because it's going to probably taste of nothing after that. Mimolette. Oh, that's lovely and creamy. The rind on it is a little more solid than you'd expect from something like a camembert or a brie. And the inside is probably even a little smoother. I'm impressed with that. Next. Imagine how long this would have taken if I got every cheese I wanted. It would be here forever. This is a Laguiole, and this is from the Occitane region, which is kind of pretty much where we are now. So 8 out of 10 for this. Will it be an 8 out of 10 taste? Don't know. I only score out of 5, don't I? Ooh, that's softer than I was expecting. I thought that was going to be a very hard cheese. But it's almost got a kind of like Gouda consistency to it. Nice, mature flavour. And it does have almost that kind of Dutch cheese base of flavour to it. I'm impressed with that one too. Next, from Aveyron, we have the Hirondelle. Look, crinkle cut. Look, can you see? I like crinkle cut fries. Do I like crinkle cut cheese? I do. A little milder than the previous one, the Laguiole. But nice and creamy. A lot of people think my jokes are the cheesiest thing on this channel. Not anymore. This plate is. And now, the Greeno cheese. Maybe I'll use that for the thumbnail, who knows. This is a Tome du Brie au Basilac. So this is naturally coloured using basil juice. Only a 1 out of 10 intensity though. So what's it going to taste like? A hamburger cheese or something? No, it tastes of basil. Do you know what that is? Because cheese is often a little bit nutty, and of course it's cheesy, this cheese tastes like pesto. That's mad. Pesto flavoured cheese. That's thrown me completely. But I tell you what, I like it. I do like it. It's a really interesting flavour. Okay, so I'll finish these up and hit the dessert section. I'm going to activate the pudding stomach and I'll get a little selection of a few bits and bobs. I'll be right back. I just picked a little selection of desserts here. Just the things that made me smile the most as I was going around, for various reasons. This is something I always eat when I'm in France. A tarte aux pommes. I love the caramelised apple you get on the top there. Beautiful. Also, a tarte au citron, a lemon tart, which looks pretty as a picture and really fine pastry by the looks of it. And then, these are the things that made me smile the most. I went to the chocolate fountain. You got to go to the chocolate fountain, haven't you? They had a little coconut cake there, and I put some dark chocolate over the top of it. Got to be like a bounty. I got a little bit of nougat, raspberry flavoured nougat, and possibly the thing that made me smile the most: rice pudding. But not just any rice pudding. This is rice pudding with caramel in it. I've never had that before. When I was a kid, you put a spoonful of jam in it, maybe. But this has got caramel in. And I think that's where I'm going to start. Let's go with a little spoon for that. Here we go. It's cold. You know what? That caramel is almost like a burnt caramel. Kind of, where the pudding is sweet, with that sweetened milk that the rice is cooked in, the caramel almost adds a bitter note to it. And I think that works better than if it was a sweet caramel, because then it would just be overly sweet and cloying. That's clever. I like that. Where are we going next? Let's go to the coconut thing. Little coconut cake. I might need the fork for this one. And cut into there. And I say this is, well, I'm not even sure I can cut into it. It's rock hard. It's like a rock cake. Oh well, we're not gonna do it in one bite. I'll just take a bite off of it. Covered in that dark chocolate from the chocolate fountain. It's just the outside where it's been baked that it's tough. Inside, it's soft. And do you know what? I was right. That dark chocolate on there with the coconut, like the best bounty you've ever had. Love it. Tarto pom time. That cuts through quite nicely. Not too soggy, still a tiny little bit of bite in those apples by the looks of it. I'm still eating this coconut one. Give me a second, I'll finish that. And now here we go with this. That's yummy. Nice thin pastry, a little bit soft on the bottom, and all the juice of those apples are soaked in, caramelised on the top. Oh yeah, that I really like. The second to last thing that's going in my mouth, well actually no, because these were going in my mouth, but you know what I mean, is this lemon tart. It's even got the little Le Grand Buffet logo on the top of it. It looks great. The fine pastry there, lovely crisp to it. That lemon filling, sweet yet tart. Yum. That's excellent. That really is good. How cool is that though? They had about 7 or 8 different kinds of nougat. And I just picked the raspberry one because it looked prettiest. It's really good too. Lovely and chewy. Nuts in there. Great raspberry flavour. I'll tell you what. It's been a real job to try and get a table here. It has taken me a while, let me tell you. Every time I check, fully booked for months. Got lucky, booked the table immediately. I've made my way down here. It's the only reason I've come to France. I'm not doing anything else while I'm here. I'm going home after this. Wow. This has been a real treat. From start to finish. Those hams right at the beginning. Wow. The lobster and the seafood. Those mains. The cheeses, the desserts. You're not going to believe me when I tell you outside how much this has cost. Okay, it's not your £11, £12 buffets like the cheap ones I've done at home. But I bet it's not as expensive as you guys think it might be. What's the French word for wow? It's probably wow, I expect, isn't it? That was an absolutely incredible lunch. I've been to a few buffets. Plenty on the channel, plenty outside of the channel too. And I've never been to anywhere like this. Do you know what? I think if he turned up in here today, Auguste Escoffier would probably be quite pleased with himself. Seeing all of these people turning up, a huge waiting list of months just to try a buffet, kind of dedicated to his culinary skills and his culinary art and his recipes. It was, quite simply, fabulous. The quality of the produce was there throughout the whole meal. And that's often a concern at a buffet, isn't it? That they're trying to keep to a certain price point and corners get cut somewhere along the line. Not here. Not here. I mean, admittedly, it's not your 11, 12, 15 pound buffet or whatever you might find back home on an industrial park or near a football stadium. Not one of those kind of places at all. Although it is just in a leisure centre. There's a blooming swimming pool with water slides right next door. It's a bit odd. But I have to say, I'm really impressed. I'm almost speechless. That's how good it was. Can I pick out a favourite item from the whole menu? Possibly that Côte de Boeuf with the béarnaise sauce. That was exceptional. That really, really was good. The cheese selection. I mean, I'm going to have to come back and try some more of those cheeses at some point, aren't I? Because I only had half a dozen and there's 115 of them. There's just only so much one person can eat in one go, isn't there? But I'm so impressed. Let me talk to you about the price as well. For the buffet by itself is €62.90. That equates to about £50. Now, is that a lot of money for a buffet? I suppose so, compared to a lot of ones back home. But as I've said, this is chalk and cheese to them. This is genuine, top quality produce, cooked brilliantly. Great service. I mean, although you're obviously getting most of the food yourself, the waiters are buzzing around, they're coming in, topping up your drinks, they're making sure you've got cutlery for the most part. Sometimes they whipped it away. But yeah, I gotta say, the whole experience really impressed me. Really, really impressed me. There's no doubt in my mind this is a 5+ kind of experience. If you get the opportunity to come to Narbonne in the south of France, southwest France, I mean, from certain places in the UK, you can fly to Carcassonne, you can fly to Montpellier, Toulouse, all of which are within striking distance of this place. If you can get yourself on that list to get here, I recommend you do it. It's that good. It is that good. I don't know where to go next now. Where am I going to go that's going to compare to this? I really don't know. Anyway, we'll find out, won't we? When I see you on the next episode. If you enjoyed this, have a dig around the vault, see what else you find within the Greeno Eats archives that you enjoy. And if you enjoy a few of them, don't forget, click a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ding your bell for notifications, all that kind of good stuff. You know the drill. Do you know what? I'm kind of sad to leave now. But I've got to go and head back on an aeroplane back to the UK. I've got a feeling I'll be back one day though. See you next time, folks.